Hello and welcome to the best of British business. I'm Rachel Hicks. The C-suite expects the CIO and his team to run smooth operations, support the growth of the company, and invest in technology which matches their needs perfectly. And yet too many boards are disappointed that the technology they use is underperforming. How is it possible that with so much planning and expertise, this struggle exists? Let's hear the answers and the solutions from David Harding, CEO of MagicOrange. David, welcome.
Thank you.
Now, I want to get straight to the nub of the matter. Tell me, does the boardroom really understand the technology that they're using?
Most organisations, IT is something of a black box. It's where, depending on the sector, your IT spend can account for anything between 5 and 15% of your total budget, yet few in the business actually understand the language of technology, and therefore they struggle to understand the value they're getting for their tech investments.
So in that case, it sounds like you're advocating transparency for IT and cloud spending, so they can really see where every penny is going and on what.
Absolutely. Transparency has to be seen as a business asset in and of itself, but it's part of a value chain such that with that transparency comes accountability and responsibility in the business. So transparency brings not only an understanding of how people are spending their time at all of your organisation, but truly understanding the cost of a given product or service. You as a business probably understand the revenue you're deriving from any given product or service or application that you sell, but very few businesses genuinely understand the cost of that.
So how does MagicOrange help bring that transparency, David?
The way to think about MagicOrange is as a sub-ledger to your general ledger, to your ERP system. ERP systems are fundamentally designed for external reporting. They're rather two-dimensional in terms of cost centers and accounts. But if you think about turning that 90 degrees or turning that on its head, what MagicOrange does is in many ways acts as a sub-ledger to your core ERP system. We have to start with the financial data from the ERP system, because if we don't, no one will ever trust the numbers. And then what we're doing is allocating and moving those costs through the value chain that I referred to, such that the business user at the end is receiving and see something that they understand and they can touch and feel, if you like, and they can talk about, so they truly understand what their cost base is.
Tell me some more of the features or the benefits that might persuade a client or a customer to choose MagicOrange and what that would deliver for them.
There are a few IT financial management solutions around. There are dozens of FinOps solutions around, FinOps being a cloud cost management solution. Some of those operate on a single cloud provider, some of them are multi-cloud. MagicOrange is the only solution that actually comprehensively manages both your broader IT financial management spend and your cloud spend on a single consolidated platform. It's very current technology. We are a completely cloud-native solution ourselves, and what that means is that we are extremely performant. So the days of an hour-long budget run or hours-long budget runs or overnight budget runs are just consigned to history. Our average model runtime across our entire client base is just a couple of minutes. So you could run a budget cycle 15 times a day. So budget cycles are very compressed with MagicOrange. And the speed of performance is much, much better.
And of course, not everybody is necessarily going to be up to speed at the same level as everybody else. So how user-friendly is MagicOrange?
Given that essentially the interface is the reporting analytics front end for most of the users, it's something that's familiar to them and they're using every single day of the week. There's not a bespoke reporting analytics tool that you've got to learn. There's nothing you need to learn to be able to access MagicOrange at all.
What measurable improvements do your clients see in managing their IT budgets and the cloud spend?
We certainly have examples of clients where they have used MagicOrange, and with a better understanding of their cost base, they understand how they can use the solution to drive margin improvement across the business. And nirvana, if you like, for us is getting beyond technology and actually getting to the business where the business are using that transparency to drive decision making. I have an example of a recent client where the head of the business described to me that his understanding of technology is night and day different than it was before they started using MagicOrange. And he is using MagicOrange to drive a margin improvement program across his business.
So that's to take us up to the present. But if we look, companies are always evolving, and the technology that you bring with MagicOrange has to keep up. What future value can MagicOrange bring to an evolving company?
We have a very flexible approach to taxonomy so that we're not boxing ourselves into just technology. And in fact, more than 50% of our clients already use us beyond technology. So, and what I mean by that is then where, perhaps if I give an insurance example, where once they'll layer in the cost of their operations division, we're able to get to a point beyond technology total cost of ownership of a given product or service, but actually show them what does it cost us to process a claim? What does it cost us to write a life policy? And that's game changing, if you like. It's changing the conversation with the business to something different than the beating me around the head with a big stick and telling me I need to squeeze another 5% out of the cost of technology. The conversation could be, we can't afford for it to cost us 3 cents to process every claim. Do we need to invest more in technology, or are we spending too much money in technology? How do we reprioritize our spend?
And so looking long term, looking into a crystal ball, if I may, how do you see the future of IT financial management and your role in it?
I think there's a really exciting opportunity there, which I think one of convergence, if you like. And I think it's the convergence right now between IT financial management and FinOps, cloud cost management, if you like, where unless I'm talking to Tesla or Uber, perhaps your cloud spend is still the minority of your technology spend. It's certainly a spend that most organizations are very concerned about. It's accelerating for sure, but it's the minority of your tech spend. So I think organizations must look at their technology spend in totality, and that's that convergence of cloud and the broader ITFM story. MagicOrange is the only solution on the market that actually has a solution built and designed by the same team and operates, if you like, at the intersection of ITFM and cloud. We see a path to move forward into what you might refer to as extended planning analysis, if you like, and much more interesting unit economics. So as I mentioned just now, getting to cost per claim or cost per policy or cost per trade, cost per transaction, and it's this cost per unit economics opportunity, which is a really exciting future.
David Harding from MagicOrange.